Hello everyone, welcome back to Plant-Based Kitchen. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make Palak Paneer, or Sag Paneer as it can also be called. And that's basically spinach and paneer, which is a farmer's cheese. Since this is going to be plant-based, I am using extra firm tofu instead of farmer's cheese or paneer. It's about the same texture, so if you want to make this a vegan dish, you can do it that way. So what I will do is turn this on. And then as that's heating up, let's just go over the ingredients that I'm using. So I'm going to be using spinach. I'm just using organic baby spinach that I got from Sprouts. You can get this from anywhere, but organic baby spinach. I am using extra firm tofu, sesame oil, mustard seeds, some cumin, salt, turmeric, and later on I will add coconut milk to this, and I will also be adding a chili pepper to this. So you'll see that later as the dish progresses as well. But this is what I start with to start this dish off. So what I will do now is that I've got this heat on. I'm going to get some oil in the pan. Just get a little bit of oil in there. And then once that's nice and warm, I'm going to get, as always, about a pinch of mustard seeds, a pinch of cumin, and then I'm going to let that heat up. And I think I mentioned this before. The way you can tell it's ready is when the mustard seeds start to pop a little bit. And then that's when you know you can start to add other things to it. So now that I'm hearing it starting to pop, I'm going to add the tofu, or the paneer if you're using paneer. So you add that in here. And you just want to give that a nice fry. So I'm going to give this a nice fry here. Get this nice and going. And instead of sesame oil, please feel free to use whatever cooking oil you prefer to use. If you prefer to cook things in coconut oil, then use that. If you prefer to use olive oil, use that. Whatever you prefer, you can use. I'm using sesame oil just because that's what I've just kind of always been using. Let me get this light on real quick. There we go. And this is going to finish cooking in the spinach as well. We just want to fry this up so it's kind of got that nice crispy exterior to it, where you get a little bit of that fry on the outside of the tofu or the paneer. And then when that's ready, you have that nice and fried, nice and starting to get that fry and color on the outside, we can take this paneer out. Let's take this paneer out. I know some people will leave this in here. I've seen other versions of people make this where they take the spinach with some water and some ginger. I'm not using ginger in this dish today, but they take the spinach and they just leave the paneer in here right now, and they blend the spinach. I personally don't like to do it that way because I feel when you put the spinach in a blender and completely blend it the way that they do, what happens is it takes away from some of the texture of the spinach. And so I will use an immersion hand blender later, and you will see that as well. So now that I've taken that out, I'm going to take the spinach now. Let's put this down in here. I'm going to take the spinach now, And I am going to open this. And in this case, I'm probably going to use about like maybe half of this box of spinach. So I'm going to put that in here. Get that in there. And we're just going to stew this down. We're just going to let this spinach stew down. So that's what we're going to do. So I'll probably use like half a box here. Let's close this up. Then at this point, I'm going to add some salt. Just a little bit of salt here, just to season and draw some of the moisture out of that spinach a little bit as it stews down. So I'm going to do that. If you feel that your spinach is not, if you want to add some moisture here, you can. Right now, I'm going to let this stew down a little bit. I may add a little bit of water. So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to add maybe a little bit of water here. So let me do that. I'm going to add just a little bit of water here. And then we're going to let this spinach stew down. And once we do that, we can, once it's stewed down, we can add the coconut milk that I will pull out. And then you can add some turmeric to this. And then we can continue from there. So let's wait for this to stew down and cook down, and then we can go to the next steps from here. All right, we're back now, and this is stewed down quite a bit. So what we're going to do is take the coconut milk and add that to this. Add the coconut milk to this, and then we're going to take our blender. I'm using an immersion hand blender, and we're going to do some pulses just to, break up the coconut milk and make sure this is all nice and creamy. We're not looking to completely blend it to the point where we're losing all the texture of the spinach. I think some of that texture of the spinach, even though it is stewed down quite a bit, is actually good for the dish overall. So we're going to do that. So we're going to do that, and then we are going to take, so let's put this aside for now. And then we are going to take our chili pepper that we had. You can chop it up if you want. I'm just putting it in whole. So this is like a whole serrano pepper. So I'm just going to put this in here. And then grabbed another spoon. So we will give this another, just a stir through. And then we can lower the heat. And then we can take our tofu or our paneer that we made. And then we can put that in here. And we can stir this through as well. And this spinach is a little bit more liquid than I would have liked. I think I put a little bit more water than I would have liked to. So what I'm going to do now is let this simmer down and reduce a little bit. And I'm going to do that uncovered so that it reduces some of the liquid content in here. So we're going to do that. And then so let's do that. And then we can let that simmer for about another 5 to 10 minutes. And our rice is still going. This may end up taking longer than we thought. I took a quick look at it in between. And it looks like it's cooking a little bit slower than I thought it would. So I turned the heat up just a bit on it. I haven't made bamboo rice before, and this is like a new thing. So I decided to try it out this time for you guys, just to see how it comes out. So let's see that. And then, like I said, we're going to let the spinach cook down just a little bit. So spinach, coconut milk, and the tofu or paneer that we're using. So let's do that, and then we will come back in about 5 to 10 minutes and take a look how this is all reducing and everything, and we'll try to finish it up at that time. All right, now we're back. It's been about 5 to 10 minutes or so, actually. And so I'm going to take this spoon and I'm going to just stir this through. I actually, I didn't get this on camera, but I did put some turmeric in here as well. It'll add just a little bit of color. Not a whole lot, because with the coconut cream and the spinach, it's not going to add a whole lot of color. But turmeric does have some good health benefits, and it's a great spice to use. So I did decide to put some turmeric in here. And we are going to finish with a little bit of, this is a combination my mom has made. It's a little bit of lemon juice with a little bit of like sour orange. So it's just to add a little bit of like a sour to this, acidity to this. So we're just going to add a little bit, not a lot, just a couple splashes, just to add a little bit of acidity to this dish. So we're going to add just a couple splashes of this. If you don't want it, then you don't have to use it. But I just wanted to make sure to add that here. So this is on low heat. So now we're going to stir that through under low heat just with the lemon juice. And then I'm going to turn this off. And I'm going to transfer this to another container just to get it out of the cast iron. I'm actually going to rinse this out. This was where the rice was in. Okay. So I'm going to transfer it to this. The rice is still cooking, unfortunately. I wanted to be able to take it out and show that to you as well. But the rice is still cooking, and it's taking longer than I thought it would, because it's a different type of rice. It's bamboo rice, which I haven't used before. So this is what it should look like. It should be kind of like, it should have the consistency where it's kind of creamy, but you still have some of the texture of the spinach, and the paneer and the tofu also is in there. So you can make it creamier by pre-blending your spinach and then pouring it in. Like I said, I've seen some recipes that do that as well. I personally like it with some of that spinach texture in there still. So I did not do that. So that's that. This is off. We can put this in the sink. And as far as this goes, like I said, it hasn't been done. You can use regular rice. You can use naan, roti, brown rice, quinoa, whatever type of like grain you want to pair this with. But the main thing I wanted to show you was like getting the palak paneer up and ready. So we have that done here, and I'm just gonna let this rice cook down, and that's what I'm gonna do. So you could use bread as well. So any like bread, rice, brown rice you want to pair this with, you can do that. Like I said, the bamboo rice is taking a little bit longer. It's not something I've cooked before, so I don't really first time with that. And unfortunately, it's taking longer than I thought it would. But so that's how you make palak paneer. So try that. Let me know how that comes out. And if you have other variations or suggestions or ways that you find works better for you, please let me know in the comments down below as well. Please subscribe to my channel to continue seeing great dishes. Hope you're all having a great and safe day. I know it's tough now, like we have to like stay inside, but hopefully we're finding ways to like keep ourselves engaged. We're able to cook at home more, and we're also able to like stay safe and stay healthy. So hope you're all having a safe and healthy day out there. And thanks for tuning in. Please continue to check back. Thank you.